Hey, welcome to TMP, the Mavs pod. I'm Bo, or Mavs Highlights on Twitter X. And the Mavs roll on against the Jazz in the terrible city of Utah. You got to be an old timer to catch that joke, I guess. But let's jump in. Let's start from the 30,000 foot view. This is one of those wins that you just stack, right? This is our 8th win in 9 games, I believe. The final score was 115 to 105. It was much closer than that. They kind of pulled away there in the final quarter. The Mavs, being slow starters, put up a bunch of points, 37 points. The only problem with putting up 37 points is when your defense allows 41 points, and that was the first quarter. So Lowry Markin came out to play. The Jazz were making tons of tough shots, tons of open shots. Mavs defense looked lazy, sloppy. Luka couldn't make a bucket to save his life. And the first quarter ends, and we're only down 4. And you're like, oh, okay, we played that pretty terribly, and we're only down 4. So the half ends, and we're down 5. And you're like, okay, so as long as one of Luka and Kyrie wakes up, if both of them wake up, it's all good. And then the third quarter, they come out. We tie up the game by the end of the third quarter. We outscore them by 5, 27 to 22. And their offense just falls apart in the second half. They score 22 points in the third, the Jazz does, and the Jazz only score 17 points in the fourth. So with the game on the line, the Mavs pull away, putting up 54 points in the second half, while the Jazz put up less, what is this, 39 points in the second half. So Mavs pull away pretty easily. Kyrie has a really solid game. Luka has a solid game. Let's look at some of the team stats just very, very quickly. Mavs shoot, let me see, I can't read that, 47, almost 48% from the field. They shoot another terrible three-point shooting game, under 29% from 3. They hit all their free throws, or a good percentage of their free throws, 83% from the field there. Only 6 turnovers. That was something that I hadn't picked up on during the game, that the Mavs held the ball tonight. Only 6 turnovers to the Jazz 12. That's great. Mavs out rebound, not like they had been, just slaughtering teams on the boards. Tonight it was a little more meager, 47 to 46. The Jazz are a good rebounding team, but only winning by 1 in the advantage there. 31 to 28 assists, 7 to 3 blocks. None of the other stats are really outstanding, except we did outscore them in points in the paint by 12. That's a surprising stat to me. I think that was mostly later on in the game, because we were chunking them. We were just chucking them up there in the first half. Luke was trying to get some threes. He closes the game only 2 for 11 from 3, 10 from 24 from the field. Hit most of his free throws, 7 for 8. Does get another nice triple-double, though. 29 points, 12 rebounds, 13 assists, 4 turnovers on the night. He is a plus 10. He's going to be much better than he was most nights. He looked sluggish throughout, I'd say, the first 2.5 quarters. I'd say through the second half, into the second half, he just didn't look great. And obviously the shot never took fire, ending up only 10 for 24 and 2 for 11 from 3. Kyrie was a little bit nicer tonight, 4 for 9 from 3, 27 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists. Just doing Kyrie things, nothing explosive, just making the buckets that he needs to make. Daniel Gafford, once again, has been a revelation, right? I mean, the guy has just been insane. Gafford has just been insane. 13 points, 11 rebounds. He's credited with 5 blocks here, and that's all in only 27 minutes. In only 27 minutes, he's 6 of 7 from the field, a plus 15 on the night. Just a really solid effort from the landlord. PJ Washington, I want to make mention of PJ Washington. Not only is he playing solid defense, his defense in the first half was kind of lackluster, like it seemed like the whole team's was. But it turned up in the second half. It showed up when it had to. And he puts down 16 points tonight, 4 rebounds, and an assist and a steal. But catch this, it's not good. It's not good, but it's nice for me, right? He's 2 for 6 from 3. And those 2 threes were in each corner. So he had 2 corner threes tonight, 6 of 12 from the field. If he's going to shoot like that, the Mavs are going to be way better if PJ Washington is shooting 50% from the field and contributing 16 points on solid shooting percentage. You know who else showed up? Mr. Timothy Dwayne. Timothy Dwayne Hardaway, THJ, showed up tonight. Not a great percentage, 5 for 14 from the field, 3 of 9 from 3, but he hit some buckets, and that's nice, right? And he also grabbed a couple rebounds, dished out a few assists, and is credited with 3 steals tonight. Derek Lively, only 18 minutes, 3 of 3 from the field, 9 rebounds, though, in only 18 minutes. That is awesome. So between Gafford and Lively, we have a 20 rebound game out of our center position. And so, hey, you'll take that every single night as Gafford and Lively keep putting up significant production every single night. Lauri Markkanen, though, tonight kept the Jazz in the game for long stretches until really the fourth when the Mavs pulled away. He put up 34 points tonight, was 10 of 19, 6 of 9 for 3, hit all 8 of his free throws, only grabbed 7 boards. But man, just a really solid offensive showing after his absolute disappearing act the other night. So he comes back with a big bounce back. And when you play in Utah, you know that that they have one of the biggest home court advantages, and they've got that altitude. Don't they? All right, so let's see here. I asked you guys, what word or phrase do you have after tonight's game? Midgar says, hey, grinding out wins. Absolutely, Midgar. We're going to take these. I think it's 8 out of our last 9 have been in the win column. That is great. And the Spurs took down the Suns for us tonight, as awesome as that is. Now, I think the... I'm sorry, I'm doing this on the fly. I think the Kings are taking it to Philadelphia. Yeah, they're up 13 on the 76ers right now in the third quarter. But thank goodness for the Suns taking a loss. That gives us a little more separation from those guys. Strandon says he's going to summarize it quickly. The first half felt like we played down to their level. Oh, I agree with that. Good point. Settling for threes and not getting in the groove. I would also add not getting enough in the paint, even though by the end of the night we had a bunch of paint buckets. Mainly, I feel like Luka was chucking it too much. Going into the second half, we settled into our game a bit more and also resulted in hitting some threes and one. Hey, Strandon, great recap there, man. You should have a podcast. The Real Deal says they still need to focus. This was too close for comfort. Well, I mean, they did end up winning it by 10, but I feel that. Yeah, through 3.5 quarters or so, the game was tight. And this is a bad Jazz team. And I think a lot of the closeness of the game can really come down to Luka having a really rough shooting stretch. Something I'm going to post on Twitter later is Luka has been shooting the ball pretty poorly. I'm gonna do some data on the last several games. Just do a little calculation because it seems like his shot has not been there for him over these last few games. But the Mavs keep on winning. Mark says it was rough. Hey, I'll take a rough win, Mark. I'll take a rough win. I'm not style pointing too many wins, but it was rough throughout a lot of the game. We pulled away at the end, but yeah, you're right. It was a rough match there through a lot of it. Murasab. I'm sorry, I'm gonna butcher your name. Murasban. You just put the word grit. Murasban. There we go. Murasban. You said the word grit. Absolutely. Yeah, they're a tough team now, man. They have a tough mental identity. I love that. Stevie says, I'm thankful that no one got injured, thankful that the Mavs woke up in the second half and decided to stop fooling around. Man, that's a great way to say it. I think you probably are summing up how most of the Mavs fans feel tonight. CJK, what's up? Connor says, we trolled and still won. We are different. Man, I think we may be different this year. I think that generic phrase that everyone is saying about us this year is that no one will look forward to facing us in the playoffs because we have long defenders. We've got those 2 towers that can sub in and out for each other. We can play a really tall rim-rolling center who will play defense, protect our back line, will grab boards, will block shots. We can play them for 48 minutes between D-Live and Gafford. And then, of course, you got the superstars who down the stretch are going to deliver. And that's what counts in the playoffs. Do you have the stars that can deliver? So, yeah, I think we may be different. CJK. Mavs Ranger says, Mavs win despite Tim being a basket or trash? I don't think he was trash tonight. We've seen a lot more trash from THJ. I mean, there was a stretch in this game where people weren't hitting shots and Tim was. But you're right. He then does get happy feet and starts jacking it up. And he definitely did that tonight. Kind of ruined his percentages and, was a ball stopper a few times and a play stopper a few times there. TD Law says, not the Mavs of old. Isn't that the truth, man? Doing it when it counts, Tarpley for Prez says. Yeah, absolutely. Doing it when it counts. When the game was on the line, the Mavs showed up. All right, so fun game tonight. I love interacting with you guys. Posted, obviously, tons of highlights out there. I got to let you know, I'm going to be posting a different kind of Mavs post-game content coming here pretty soon. I've been working behind the scenes, getting a whole video setup going, and so there will be a face reveal. Some of you guys have been interacting with me for more than 10 years on Twitter, and I've never posted my face, not because I'm hiding it, but so coming soon, we're going to be doing some on-video post-game streams. And I hope you'll join me, bring some of your own contributions to the stream. Let us know what you're thinking. Let us know what you're loving. Let us know we need some criticism. We'll have some different segments that will happen every post game, and so I'm looking forward to that. But tonight, the Mavs take it, win by 10. And we just say thank you, and we move on. We've got 2 big back-to-back games in Sacramento coming up. Let's make them both wins. Y'all have a good one.